Brad Marchand has been invisible this past that we saw against the Vancouver one.
And Seguin's had chances. He hasn't finished them off.
But you know what? I'm happy to see Phil Kessel playing the way he has. And last night at the ACC, the Leaf fans chanting, and I think the game before as well, chanting, thank you, Kessel, and chanting Seguin's name. Good for the Leaf fans, because you know what? This poor guy, Phil Kessel, let's not forget, Norman, he went through a scary situation in his life with the cancer. Let's not forget
that. That had nothing to do with how he played.
I don't care, but the guy's gone through a lot. You and I, knock on wood, have not gone through that.
No, I had a cancer scare.
Oh, well, I'm sorry. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Well, there you go.
Well, I still went to work. All no disrespect to Phil Kessel.
Yeah.
I'm just saying. He had that. Thank God he got
absolutely. But he had that at the age of, I think, 20 or 19 or 20, early on in his life.
But he's still, but at the end of the day, he's still a hockey player.
I understand, but the amount of grief that the guy's been taking is unacceptable. No, because Norman, he's always produced with goals. Okay, he doesn't hit, he doesn't bang, but bloody well this series, he's banged Chera, he's banged everybody.
But previously, the criticism was he played poorly against Boston. And he played especially poorly in Boston. That's what the criticism was.
Okay, but this series, he has taken Seguin to school. And if you were to base the trade on this series alone, he has absolutely eclipsed it.
Well,
come on, Norman. Come on, Norman.
Anthony,
what has Seguin done? Has he scored?
Can I talk?
Go ahead.
Did the Bruins win a Stanley Cup? Yes or no?
Seguin had no part in that Stanley Cup, Norman.
He won a big.
He did jack all.
You're forgetting the series with Tampa Bay. Did he
no. You asked me about the Stanley Cup.
Well, that was that.
He did jack all.
Well, you just dismissed a series that led to them getting to the Stanley Cup.
Okay, well, if we want to talk about the whole playoffs, sure, Seguin did enough.
The whole playoffs.
But I'm sorry, Norman. When you're flanked with Patrice Bergeron and whoever else is on his wing, you give Phil Kessel Patrice Bergeron, and you see how many goals he gets.
Tyler Seguin is a franchise player.
Give me up. Not even close.
Ask any
Sid the Kid, Malkin, guys like this are John Tavares, Steve Stamkos. Right. These are franchise players.
You don't think you find me one scout who will agree with you
about what?
Tyler Seguin. You say he's not a franchise player?
No, not at all.
Find me one scout anywhere.
A franchise player elevates his game, and he's done jack all in 6 games, Norman.
He hasn't done jack all.
He's done nothing. His coach basically said it. You said that he didn't want to throw him under the bus.
No, the guy, he's not throwing him under the bus.
Come on, Norman. He's a wonderful player. Listen, he's an absolute... No, he's not a franchise player, never.
Fine. You ask any scout, they'll tell you.
Then they're scouts for a reason. They're scouts for a reason. That's why they're not in management. Come on, Norman.
Who do you think builds the teams?
But Norman, you can't say he's a franchise player and he's done nothing in 6 games, number one. Steven Stamkos, John Tavares. John Tavares has done more in one series in a playoff than Seguin has done. Is he not?
No. Well,
come on! Oh, Norman!
All right, who do you
Give me a break, Norman.
Yeah, in the trade overall, Seguin versus Kessel, who's done better overall so far?
Up until this series, Seguin.
Thank you very much.
I haven't said that. I said if you listen and roll back the tape, Norman, I said in this series he's done jack all. And if we base it on this series, Kessel has taken him to school.
He's actually played well. He hasn't converted on scoring yet, but Seguin
played well. He's been invisible.
Ask Bob McKenzie. He said, Bob McKenzie, TSN. Do you think he knows hockey?
Okay, what has he said, Norman?
He said in game 2 he was the best Bruins player on the ice.
He didn't register a goal.
He was the best Bruins player.
And he didn't register a goal.
It's not all about scoring goals.
Oh, but then when it comes to the criticism of Phil Kessel, if he doesn't score, they lay it on him.
Who do you think is the better two-way player, Kessel or Seguin?
You know what? Again, I'm going to base it on this series.
Simple answer.
You're not. No, it's not a simple answer, Norman.
Yes,
because if we're talking about the playoff series right now, Phil Kessel has been back-checking, has been hitting Chara. What has Seguin done?
Seguin is the better two-way player, period, paragraph.
No. Norman, it's either regular season or this series. I'll give you an answer. This series, Kessel. Regular season, Seguin. Simple put, Norman. Give me a break.
Kessel's got more points. Is he a better two-way player? No,
Kessel's got a much better offensive skill set than Seguin.
But not defensive. You're agreeing with me.
In the regular season, I told you, yes. Not in this playoff series.
Seguin's play defensively.
He's done nothing this series.
Well, highlight something for me.
And you know what? With my bad luck, the loyal Leaf fan that I am, he'll come tonight and score a hat trick. Thanks to the traitor here, the turncoat.
You've jinxed him.
Because of you, the turncoat. I love this
I'm
guy.
objective.
But he's got my blood pressure to 1,000,000. I don't need that. I
good.
drink enough espresso during the day to get my blood
Let's
pressure
check.
going.
Let's check.
For the love of the world. Norman, listen. Look, they're two young, great, talented
Yeah.
kids. And you know what? I wouldn't be surprised if Kessel's got a Team USA jersey in Sochi and even Seguin.
Well, they'll
That's
both
how
have-
good. That's how good they both
Well,
are.
of course, Kessel's already played for Team USA.
This poor kid Kessel, I've defended him since the day he's been traded here. He's a wonderful scorer. He's an offensive-minded player. That's all he is. We know that. But this series, Norman, come on, call a spade a spade. The kid is hit. He's back-checked. He scored big goals, and Seguin has been invisible.
Well, not okay. That's where
Come
I disagree.
on, Norm.
He's
Okay,
not been
you want to give him game 2? We'll give him game 2.
Yeah.
Aside from game 2, has Phil Kessel not over and above the Call of Duty done more than Seguin?
Yes, he's contributing
Thank
more
you.
offensively.
No, Norman. I'm gonna upchuck right here, and you're gonna have to get a new
ahead.
table. Seguin has not done much more than Kessel, and Kessel has been back checking. He hit Chara last night, not once but twice. He's been back checking. That overtime goal that the knucklehead, the riverboat gambler Fanuf, pinched in. Phil Kessel was at the other end of the ice.
Yeah,
He
he's-
thought, where?
Well, you watch,
Yes or no?
yes,
Thank you.
yeah, but you watch Seguin. He always plays well defensively.
Okay, Norman, I'm not. Look, he's a wonderful player. He's
That's
a
what I said,
local kid. He's a great player.
Yeah.
I wish the Leafs had him today. But
There you
you
go.
know what? You know what? I'm happy with Kessel. I really am. Because you know what? The kid is taking a ton of grief, but he's got one of the best wrist shots, one of the best finishes in hockey right now.
I didn't question his offense. I questioned up till now his defense.
But he's brought it this
And
playoff series,
yes, he
Norman.
has, but I'm
Why?
just saying-
Because Randy Carlyle has been out coaching Claude Julien every game, I think. Almost every, maybe from the first game, no, except the first game.
I don't know if he's been out coaching him. I mean,
Well,
you know,
the
Julian's-
overtime loss, you can't blame either coach, but
Yeah.
Carlisle did quite a bit. The
Well-
first game, let's give it to Julien.
But it's not always about, like, you know, you got to have the horses. Either they perform or they don't. I mean, you don't blame the coach, you know, in a series that's gone 7 games. If somebody gets swept, then you say, okay, there's something wrong with the coach in here.
I gotta tell
But
you.
got a 7-game series. I mean,
I got to tell you, who's got more of the horses, Norman? Claude
Boston.
Julien?
Boston
Thank
clearly
you.
does.
Thank you.
That's what I'm saying.
Because to me, you want to know who's been
Marchand is the guy who's got to step up. It's not an issue with Seguin.
But then again, Marchand's a young kid too. That's a big
Well,
responsibility on
he's
him.
not a kid.
How about Nathan Horton? Where the flip has Nathan Horton been?
Well, Krejci's played well, but
Krejci's destroyed the Leafs in
Yeah,
a couple
exactly.
games, but Nathan Horton's done jack all.
all right. Well, we'll continue this fierce debate.
Well, you know what? Again, good luck to the
centuries.
Leafs. I want to write out there on the record. For me, win or lose, to me, it's been an outstanding run. Congratulations to Randy Carlisle, Dave Nonis, and all the management team. And again, I'm going to tell you something, Norman. After this series is done, I will guarantee you, Claude Julien, if him and his team are victorious, will come out spewing all sorts of positives toward the young Leafs and their coaching staff.
course they will.
Sean Thornton, who is considered, let's say, the mayor of the NHL when he talks to a lot of players all over, has said it. I have a ton of respect for Randy Carlisle. I can't stand the Montreal Canadiens coach. I wish him nothing but the worst. Right. And that says a lot. That says a lot. I mean, they don't mind losing to the Leafs, but they'd rather win. But that's a lot of respect. A ton.
Well, I'm sure they should be saying all those right things, just like the Leafs are saying all the right things about the Bruins.
If you only turned it back 20 years ago, back in '93,
Well,
this
I'm
guy
more
was a
objective.
huge Leaf fan.
I
Unbelievable.
was.
Like,
No, I was.
honest to good Rudy, this guy here was doing shows, if I'm not mistaken, from Garduni's across the street. Did you not do
Yes.
some there?
course
And
I
this was owned, if I'm not mistaken, I could be wrong,
Partly owned.
partly owned by a former Leaf, correct? Dougie
Doug
Gilmore?
Yeah.
And this guy was in there.
Well, of course. I
Oh,
was at
my
Boosters.
goodness.
I was doing Boosters, and we did a post-game show once with Wendell Clark. I said, ladies and gentlemen, please give a warm standing ovation to the Leaf captain, Wendell Clark. And I said,
If
"Wendell
I'm not
Clark."
mistaken, the turncoat here was also at City Hall when they did the welcome. North York City Hall.
Or Wendell Clark when
Yes,
he got traded.
yes.
Of course. I did the send-off for him.
There you go. And you have the goal to come up here?
Goal. And meanwhile,
And the Colunis?
meanwhile,
Get outta here.
With all your
Get outta here.
over-the-top sensitivities, Wendell Clark still calls me back. He's been a guest here
Well,
on the NSS
he's a
Hockey
true gentleman. He's
Of
a
course he
wonderful
is.
human being. You
And
know,
he
so-
still respects my hockey knowledge.
Well, that's debatable, but that's a discussion for another day.